Hi everyone and welcome to my channel and to my first video ever. Let's make some cards. For the first I'm going to use some watercolor paper because we're going to use some watercolor brushes and we need paper to work with that. For my stamping I'm going to use my favorite stamp for the moment, and it's from Simon Says Stamp. This comes in the kit July, for month July, One Cool Pineapple it's called, and I'm going to use this cactus and sentence that fits very good with it, stuck on you. You can't purchase the kit anymore. I think it's sold out, I'm not sure, but you can get this stamp separately on simonsaysStamp.com. And please check them out, they have beautiful stamps. For this I'm going to use my Tonic Studio stamp platform, which I absolutely adore. I'm not going to show you all the stamping process because it's kind of boring, but I'm going to show you just a little bit of it. Now, sorry for my English, because the English is not my second language, it's actually my third, and I'm not really good at it, but I hope you forgive me. I'm going to stamp my cactus with some Ranger ink. I'm going to show it soon, and the reason why I'm using that ink is because it's waterproof and works really great with watercolor brushes and pens and everything. You can't use this ink with alcohol markers. It smudges a lot, so I'm using different when I'm using my alcohol markers, but with my watercolor pens this works really great. So I'm going to stamp my cactus as a background. As you can see, I did speed up a little bit. You don't need to see all stamping. It's kind of boring. But I'm going to use my Zig watercolor brush pens. I haven't used them before. This is my first time and I'm so excited. I really love them. They're really beautiful. So I'm going to choose two different shades of green, and I'm going to be kind of messy with it. I'm not going to color it perfectly because cactus, it's not perfect. It's kind of, yeah. When you use watercolor pens or watercolor colors, I like to color a little bit more messy because it gives it more cute look. That's how I feel. As you can see, I'm not being very careful, because using watercolor brush pens it's really forgiving. So I'm just going to color a little bit of this green color, and I'm going to use some water to spread this out. Now I'm using my watercolor pen. It's not the greatest one actually. I don't really like that, but the only one I have is that one, so I need to use it. So as you can see, I'm not being careful. I'm just spreading the color out to give a little bit more texture, or just a little bit highlight, because where the water brush pen hits, I'm spreading the color, and it's going to be a little bit lighter than when I put the first color on. This color is more blue-green, as you can see. You will see it better when I use the other green color, but I'm just going to use two different shades of green for these cactuses, and I'm going to speed this up too, so you're not going to see me color each one of them, because it can get kind of boring. Some people like watching color videos when they do coloring. I'm going to do those videos too, but not this time. This time, for my first video ever, I'm trying to make the sound good and the picture good and everything to work great as much as it can. So as you probably can hear, I'm a little bit nervous, but I hope you forgive me. Now I'm going to use water on this cactus too to spread the color, and as you can see right now, there are two different shades of green, and I think they both fit the cactus really good. This card is going to be for my husband because he loves cactus, but we can't have any at home because we have 3 small children. So we are waiting for them to grow up. So you can have cactus at home with small children, but we are not going to do so. Now I'm using some brown for the pots. I'm just using one shade of brown. I'm not going to use a lot, but when you use water, as you're going to see, it's going to hit a highlight in the middle because I'm just coloring with a zinc watercolor brush on the edges, and I spread the color with the water, and it works really great, I think. I'm going to speed this process too, so you don't need to see that. Now for the background, I'm going to use the lightest blue in my collection of these brushes, and I'm just going to put some water next to the paper, and I am going to use the color just around the cactus, and I'm going to blend the rest with the water. I'm just putting a little bit of the water to wet the paper. You don't need to do this, but I think it makes it easier. So I'm just going to, now my hand is in the way, I'm so sorry for this, but I'm just going to put some color around the cactus, and I'm going to blend it later with the water. So the background, it's not going to be perfect, it's going to look kind of messy, but at the same time beautiful and cute, because I like the messy look with the watercolor. It looks more, not realistic, I won't say it's realistic, but it looks more cute. So I'm just putting a little bit around the cactus. You don't need a lot. Now I'm almost done, and I'm going to take my watercolor pen, my water brush, and I'm going to spread this color around the cactuses. Now if you want a more even look, you can use more water, or you can use watercolor instead of the brush pens, or real brush pens, markers, how you call them. But I'm using what I have for a moment, and I like the look. Now I really like these Zig watercolor pens. I haven't used them before, like I said, this is my first time, and I really like them. I have used watercolor from watercolor with my other cards, but this is the first time using this kind of pens or markers. I'm just putting more water because I realize I need more than I already had. Now, as I said in the beginning, this is my very first YouTube video. I haven't made it before, and this is kind of test for me to see the sound, the lighting, the interest this video gets. I hope it gets a lot. And if you have some suggestions or some ideas, or if you have some questions, please put them down below in the comments, and I will try to answer them and do my best. Now, I haven't done card making or card crafting for a very long time. It's been just for a couple of months, but I really found this relaxing, and I really enjoy doing this. As you can see, I'm not being precise, I'm just spreading the color around to the background, so it looks kind of messy, but when this dries you will see it's going to look so cute and beautiful. Now it doesn't need, like I said before, it doesn't need to look even. You can color this any shade you like, any color you like, any way you like. I'm just spreading this color around. And now the background is done. Now I'm going to cut out a white circle for my other stamp, and you can use any shape you like, any cardstock you like, but I'm going to use this perfectly fits for this stamp stuck on you. And I'm going to use my cuddle bug, and I really enjoy this cuddle bug. I really think it's great, it works great. I'm going to speed this up too, so you don't need to see all the process. Now here it's done. It has the stitching around, which makes it cute, and it fits perfectly on this circle. You have some space for some stickers later on. Now I have some green cardstock for the base, card base, and this is the green cardstock I got in my July kit for Simon Says stamp. Now when my background is dry, I'm going to put on some glue, and this is liquid glue I'm using, and you don't need a lot. I'm just going around, and I'm going to put some glue in the middle too. Now as you can see, I got some ink on my fingers, but I think every crafter does when they do make cards. Now as you can see, I messed up my cardstock, but I'm going to hide this with my background, so you're not going to be able to see that. And the other reason why I like to use the liquid glue, I'm so sorry, it's because you can move your background more on the left or more on the right to center it perfectly. Now I'm going to put on my other and for that I'm going to use my foam adhesive sheets that I also got in my monthly kit July from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm just going to cut out a piece of it to fit my circle perfectly, but I am going to make it not as big as my circle because I'm going to use something else, and I'm going to show it to you soon. And I'm going to use this clothespin to put it on. I think it looks really pretty with that on. I have this clothespin in different colors, but I chose this green one because I think it's really pretty. I probably should have used white or some other color to make it stand out more, but you can use any color you have. Now as you saw before, this clothespin is exactly the same thickness as this foam adhesive sheets, so this clothespin is not going to stick out more, and and it's going to look so pretty. Now I'm going to glue this on, and I'm going to use some liquid glue. Also, I got some glue on my fingers. And it looks so cute. Now I'm going to use these cute puffy stickers that I also got in my kit, and there are some stickers that fit perfectly, and I'm going to see which one is going to look cute on this card. Here I'm not really sure what I'm going to use, but I'm choosing one cactus that looks almost exactly as the other one at the background. Now here I'm looking if I'm going to use some more stickers, but I'm choosing Natsu because I'm going to use some Nuvo crystal drops, and this one is simply white, and my favorite color is woodland green because I love green, and I'm going to use these two to put on my card. Now before you put them on your project, I do recommend you to squeeze some on paper next to your project, because sometimes there's some air in the bottle, and if you put the crystal drop directly on your project without squeezing anything out first on a side paper, there is a risk for it to explode with the air that gathers in the bottle. Now I'm going to put some white dots next to those green ones. You can use any color you would like. You can use something else on your cards, but this time I'm using these shades because I think they are so pretty together. And my card is done. I hope you like it. I think it turns out really cute and pretty. Now you can put some white paper on inside your card for your message, but I'm not going to do that right now. Please click on the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and I hope I see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.